Spotify has 500 million users, but a massive problem. Artists are furious about the pittance they receive from streams. They're struggling to convert free users into paid subscribers, and competitors are eating their lunch with the better artist deals and exclusive content. But what if I told you there are three radical strategies Spotify could implement tomorrow that would solve all these problems while creating entirely new revenue streams? Let's dive in. Spotify dominates music streaming with over 500 million users and 30% market share. But here's what's fascinating: they're stuck in a business model that's fundamentally broken for everyone involved. Think about it. Spotify pays artists just $2.38 per thousand streams. That means you need 4 million plays to earn minimum wage for 1 week. Meanwhile, their freemium strategy relies on a tiny percentage of paying users subsidizing everyone else, and competitions like Apple Music and Amazon Music are gaining ground by offering better deals to artists and exclusive content. Most people think this is just the nature of streaming, but I believe Spotify could completely revolutionize this equation with three strategies that would make artists richer, users happier, and Spotify more profitable. These aren't incremental improvements, these are fundamental shifts that could change how the entire music industry works. To understand why these ideas matters, let's talk about Spotify's core problems. They are trapped in what I call the streaming paradox. Problem 1: artists argue that royalty rates are insufficient for the streams they generate, leading to public backlash and threats of content removal. Taylor Swift already left once, others could follow. Problem 2: most companies with freemium models see conversion rates between 2 to 5%, meaning 95% of users consume content without generating meaningful revenue. Problem 3: Spotify pays roughly 70% of their revenue to record labels and right holders, leaving tiny margins for innovation and growth. The traditional response has been to raise subscription prices or negotiate better deals with labels. But what if the entire model is wrong? What if instead of fighting over a small pie, Spotify could make the pie exponentially bigger while giving everyone a bigger slice? That's exactly what these three strategies could accomplish. Strategy number one: the creator economy revolution. Transform Spotify from a streaming platform into an artist investment platform. Right now, Spotify is essentially a middleman paying rent to record labels. But what if they cut the middleman entirely? Here's the idea: Spotify creates a creator investment fund where they directly invest in promising artists before they sign with major labels. Instead of paying per stream royalties, Spotify becomes an equity partner in artists' careers. So, how this would work? Imagine this: an emerging artist with 100,000 monthly listeners approaches Spotify. And instead of hoping for streaming revenue, Spotify offers them a $50,000 investment in exchange for exclusive streaming rights for 2 years, 50% of all artists' revenue, like touring, merchandise, licensing, first right of refusal on their next album, professional development support, studio time, marketing, tour booking. For established artists, the deals get bigger. Spotify could offer 5 million to a mid-tier artist in exchange for exclusive album releases and revenue sharing. And why this is brilliant: think about the math here. Instead of paying $2.38 per thousand streams forever, Spotify makes strategic bets on artists they believe will grow. If an artist they invested 5,000 grand in becomes the next Billie Eilish, Spotify earns millions from touring, merchandise, and other revenue streams that traditional streaming doesn't touch. This isn't just better economics, it's better alignment. Spotify succeeds when artists succeed, so they are incentivized to actually develop talent rather than just distribute it. Essentially, Spotify becomes a next generation record label that actually share success with artists. No other streaming platform could replicate this overnight. Apple would need to build artist development expertise from scratch. Amazon doesn't understand the music business deeply enough. Spotify has the data, the relationships, and the platform to make this work. Artists would choose Spotify not just for streaming, but for career development. Users would get exclusive content they can't find anywhere else, and Spotify would capture value from entire music ecosystem, not just streaming. Strategy number 2, the social commerce music revolution. Turn every song into commerce opportunity through social integration. Right now, Spotify is pure consumption. You listen to music and that's it. But what if every song became a gateway to deeper engagement and revenue? Imagine opening Spotify and instead of just seeing song title, you see rich social commerce experiences. Every artist's page becomes a mini social media platform where fans can buy limited edition merchandise while listening, purchase concert tickets with seat selection powered by your listening history, support artists through micro tips or crowdfunding for their next projects. Buy these exact equipment artists use to create their music. But here where it gets really interesting. Spotify could use their listening data to predict what you'll buy before you know you want it. You've been listening to Arctic Monkeys for 6 months. Spotify knows their tour announcement is coming and pre qualifies you for early ticket access. You play lo fi hip hop while working. Spotify partners with headphone companies to offer personalized gear recommendations. You're obsessed with a new indie artist? Spotify automatically suggests supporting their Patreon or buying their vinyl. Add social features that actually make sense. Instead of just sharing what you're listening to, create music moments. Record 30-second video reactions to songs and share them in the app. Create collaborative playlists where friends can see your real time reactions. Join live listening parties where artists debut new music and chat with fans. Participate in artist led challenges, cover contests, remix competitions, music trivia. Here's the business case: e commerce in music is already a 15 billion market globally, but it's fragmented across thousands of websites. Spotify could capture a significant percentage by being the central hub where music discovery meets commerce. Take 10 to 15% commission on merchandise, ticket sales, and equipment purchases. For high engagement users, this could generate $100 to $300 per year in additional revenue per user, compared to $60 annual revenue from premium subscriptions. Picture this: you're listening to Olivia Rodrigo's new album. Mid song, you see a sudden notification that her concert hoodie, worn in the music video you're watching, is available for pre order. One click purchases using your safe payment method. Or your friend shares a music moment video raving about a guitar solo. You click through and discover the artist is selling a masterclass on the exact technique for $29. Spotify gets $4, the artist gets $25, and you can learn something new. This transforms Spotify from a cost center for artists into a profit center. Artists would prioritize Spotify releases because it's where they can actually monetize their fan base most effectively. Users get a more engaging experience that goes beyond just passive listening. And here's the key: once someone buys from an artist through Spotify, both the artist and Spotify have incentive to keep that relationship on the platform rather than directing fans to external websites. Strategy number 3: use AI to create millions of micro genres and hyper personalized music experience that no human curator could ever manage. Right now, Spotify's recommendation algorithm is good, but it's still working within traditional genre boundaries and human curated playlists. What if Spotify used AI to identify micro genres that don't exist yet and create content specifically for them? Instead of indie rock or lo fi hip hop, imagine genres like rainy Tuesday morning productivity music or nostalgic driving songs for people who grew up in the 90s. So, how this changes everything. Spotify could use their massive listening data to identify patterns humans miss. They might discover that 50,000 users consistently play similar songs during specific activities or emotional states. That becomes a new microgenre with its own dedicated content pipeline. Here's the revolutionary part. Once Spotify identifies these microgenres, they can commission artists to create content specifically for them. But we're not stopping in microgenres. Imagine Spotify creating personalized music that literally doesn't exist for anyone else. Using AI voice synthesis and music generation, Spotify could create custom versions of songs with your name or songs that incorporate your favorite chord progressions and lyrical themes, not replacing human artists, but augmenting them with hyper personalized experiences. Your favorite indie artist could record stems and lyrical frameworks, then AI could generate dozens of variations tailored to your exact preferences. You get unique content. The artist gets paid for every AI generated variant, and Spotify owns something truly exclusive. Here's how this benefits artists. Instead of competing in oversaturated mainstream genres, artists could become specialists in specific microgenres where they face less competition and build more devoted followings. Spotify could offer guaranteed revenue for artists who create content for underserved microgenres. This strategy leverages Spotify's biggest competitive advantage: behavioral data. Apple, Amazon, and YouTube don't have the same depth of listening pattern analysis. Spotify knows not just what you play, but when, where, and in what sequence. They could predict microgenres before they emerge organically. Imagine Spotify identifying a trend 3 months before TikTok discovers it, then having exclusive content ready when demand peaks. This creates multiple revenue streams: subscription premiums for hyper personalized content, higher artist satisfaction leading to exclusive deals, and competitive differentiation that nearly impossible to replicate. Most importantly, it transforms Spotify from a passive platform into an active creator of musical experiences. Now, here's where this gets exponentially powerful. These three strategies create a unified ecosystem that's almost impossible for competitors to replicate. Picture this scenario. Spotify's AI identifies a microgenre called melancholic electronic music for the late night creative work. They commission an artist through their investment program to create an album specifically for this audience. The artist develops a following through the social commerce features, selling both music and art supplies to fans who share the specific interest. The AI system learns that fans of this microgenre also buy specific types of creative tools. Spotify partners with art supply companies to offer curated packages. The artist gets additional revenue from affiliate commissions. Fans get perfectly matched products. Spotify then takes a cut from all the transactions. Meanwhile, the artist's success in this microgenre leads to touring opportunities targeting similar audiences in different cities. Spotify uses their data to predict which cities have the highest concentration of potential fans, helping book more successful tours. Think about what competitors would need to replicate this. Apple would need behavioral data they don't have, plus artist development capabilities they have never built. Amazon would need music industry relationships and social features they have struggled with. YouTube would need the subscription model and personalization depth they currently lack. Spotify could become the only platform offering this complete ecosystem where AI driven personalization meets artist investment, meets social commerce. Why these ideas could actually work? These strategies matter because they solve Spotify's fundamental problem. They are trapped in a low margin middleman business model that satisfies no one. Instead of splitting streaming revenue with labels, Spotify could capture value from artist investment returns, potentially 10 times on successful bets, commerce commissions, 10 to 15% on billions in transactions, premium personalization services, users paying extra for AI generated content. Artists would finally have reasons to prefer Spotify beyond just reach. Career development, better revenue sharing, access to unique audiences, and commerce opportunities create genuine partnership rather than extraction. Users get more than music. They get personalized experiences, exclusive content, social connections, and seamless access to everything they need as music fans. Now, I know some of you are thinking this sounds complicated and risky. And you're right. There are significant challenges to executing these ideas. Artist investment could fail spectacularly if Spotify picks the wrong talent. But here's the thing, they already spend billions on podcast content with mixed results. At least music investment has proven revenue models beyond just streaming. Building social commerce and AI personalization requires different expertise than audio streaming. But Spotify has successfully built podcast platforms, video features, and recommendation algorithms. They have proven they can expand technical capabilities. Record labels might not love Spotify investing directly in artists, but labels are also struggling with streaming economics. Smart labels would partner with Spotify's investment arm rather than compete against it. We've seen similar transformations work in other industries. Netflix went from DVD rental to content creation. Amazon expanded from books to everything. TikTok evolved from lip syncing to comprehensive creator economy. The key is executing these changes while maintaining core service quality. Spotify's streaming platform would remain excellent while these new revenue streams develop. So, what do you think? Are these ideas too radical or exactly what Spotify needs to break out of their current constraints? I'm genuinely curious about your perspective, especially if you're a musician or music industry professional. Would you use Spotify's social commerce features to buy merchandise while listening? As an artist, would you be interested in Spotify's investment program instead of traditional label deals? Do you think AI generated personalized music crosses a line or sounds amazing? Drop your thoughts in the comments because I read every single one. And I'm especially interested in hearing from people who understand the music industry's economics better than I do. If this analysis made you think differently about Spotify's potential, I'd appreciate a like. It helps the channel reach other people who enjoy strategic deep dives into how major companies could evolve. And if you want more content about radical business model innovations that companies should be pursuing but aren't, consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one where we might explore another company sitting on transformational opportunities they're not yet pursuing. Until then, keep questioning how the digital economy around us could work better for everyone involved.